think of starving kids and think Africa and Mexico, but many people don't realize the amount of starving kids and even adults that there are in the United States. According to feedingamerica.org, 1 in 6 Americans are hungry and without food. That number is huge when we stop and think about it. That means in a group this size, there's at least one starving American. It means when we sat down for Thanksgiving dinner this weekend, well, Thursday, that in a group the size with 12 people, there were 2 Americans that didn't have Thanksgiving dinner. I don't know about you, but that kills me. That hurts my heart. I, like many other Americans, overate on Thanksgiving. Well, there were people in our own country that didn't have Thanksgiving dinner at all. So let's look at this from a different angle. According to CBS, 4 out of 6 people are overweight. So in a group of 6 people, 4 are overweight and overeating. 1 is starving, and just 1 is eating correctly. The obvious solution would probably be for these 4 people to share, correct? If there were 6 people sitting at a meal, those 4 people would share with the 1 starving person. I would like to sit and explain malnourishment, but we're educated people. We know food is a necessity for life. I think more importantly, we need to discuss the solutions and how to fix this. I know we think, how am I, one person, going to take care of, millions and millions of starving people? But 1 person can easily save 1 person's life. You could single-handedly feed 1 person out of the 6 people of that group. So there are 3 simple things you can do to help feed the hungry in the United States. You can not throw away food, not overeat, and share your leftovers. The first thing you can do to help hunger in the United States is not throw away food. DoSomething.org states that the USDA recently found that 96 billion pounds of food available for human consumption in the United States was thrown away by retailers, restaurants, farmers, and households in 1 year. 96 billion pounds of food. These included fresh fruits, vegetables, fluid milk, grain products, and sweeteners, accounting for 2/3 of these losses. Instead of throwing away what's left in the bottom of the pot, put it in the refrigerator. Later that week, take it to your local shelter, take it to a local church. They can even take care of it for you. If you don't want to go once a week, freeze it. Take it at the end of the month. You could also put less on your plate at one time. I know I fill my plate, what's left on it, I scrape it in the trash. Instead of doing that, make little portions. If you're hungry, go back for more. That way you're not throwing it away. You could again save that, take it to a local shelter, take it to a food bank, take it to a church. Not only can we feed the hungry by not throwing away food, we can refrain from overeating. The second thing you can do to help hunger in the United States is by not overeating. CBS states that 190 million Americans are overweight and obese. This is caused by overeating. Instead of overeating, make a plate for someone else. Don't eat 2 plates. If you have if you make a meal for 4 and there's only 2 of you, each make 2 different plates, put in a box, take it to, once again, your local shelter or your local church. Not only is that improving your own health, it's helping somebody else that's starving. The next solution is probably where I can help out the most, because at the end of the week, I'm throwing out leftovers. The third thing you can do to help hunger in the United States is by sharing your leftovers. I make dinner for 2, which most of the time, the boxes, whatever you're making, feeds 4. So we eat, I then take leftovers, I put them in the refrigerator, but at the end of the week, typically I'm throwing them away. Typically we don't touch the leftovers. So I think that's where I can help the most. This is basically the same as throwing out food, and people don't see it that way. They think, oh, we have leftovers in the refrigerator. But it's just like you taking it right when you make it and throwing it away. It's the same thing. So this is where I decided to help. Instead of throwing away your leftovers, donate them to someone else. In conclusion, there are 3 simple things you can do to help feed the hungry in the United States, including not throwing away your food, including not overeating, and sharing your leftovers. The total cost of hunger to American society is said to be $90 billion in a year. However, in contrast, it only costs $10 to $12 billion a year to virtually end hunger in our nation. That's a big difference. So let's do our part and be aware of the hunger in the United States. Thank you.